Hello guys, this is Adam and I hope that you are doing good. Today we will be testing the camera Obsbot Tiny 3 Lite and then also the Vox SE microphone right here, which we will be getting into as we go forward in the video, and then we will be testing the noise cancellation performance for it and then the performance in terms of recording audio and how it would work with the camera. And in terms of the camera, it's actually what you are looking at right now, and then here on my right side I do have all the controls that I need, and then here you can see me. So let's talk a little bit quickly about the controls, starting with the high FPS recording. So basically if you want to record in high FPS, you do have 1080p and 720p, and both they can be recorded at 120 frames. And then you do have a slow motion, and also you do have normal. Now to the tracking. I have actually made a more detailed video about the tracking and how it works, but in a general sense you do have single mode and then you have a group mode. A group mode, if you have multiple people with you, the camera will try to capture everyone. Single mode, which is what I have right now, then it would be basically focusing on one person, and in this case it will only be focusing on me, and then as I move around it will actually follow me. In terms of following the subject, in this case me, there are two modes. Either you can have it follow you by voice or follow you simply by tracking your face. I have found that tracking your face is more accurate than tracking your voice, especially if you have a well lit room such as the scenario that I am at right now. In terms of the zoom, you do have 5 modes. You can only have it focus on your upper body or lower body, or headless, basically it will not show the head, or a close-up, or even full body. Again, I have a video where I went into full detail into those, where you can go ahead and check it, so I will not be talking about it today because I want to focus a little bit on the audio side of things as we go forward. In terms of the tracking, there is a slow tracking. So basically this is a slow tracking, so when you move it will take a second for it to capture. And then there is a standard. So standard is a tiny bit faster, so you can think of it as medium, and then you have fast, which is typically what I use and what I like the most. And then with fast, when you move it will actually follow you faster. Keep in mind, this camera is not only being used for like your Zoom calls or whatever that might be. Granted, this is what I use it for. You can actually use it for streaming as well. So you can have it up there, set it to be 4K as you can see here at the bottom left, and then set it to 4K, and then when it's at 4K you can set it to 30 frames, and then from there you can simply record and you will be good to go. And aside from recording, you can stream as well. And speaking about streaming, while you are streaming, again you want the camera to follow you, so you have hand gesture tracking or voice tracking. So for hand, it will simply follow your hand as you can see, and then for voice tracking it will try to capture your voice and then it would go and focus on. But as I said, the best one that I found is human tracking, and then when it track the face, and simply that would be through single mode. And even if you have a group mode, you will be good to go on the end. Of course, you do have you can think of it as a gimbal or a joystick where you can move the camera, so you can actually move it here, and as you can see I can move it. Or what I like to do is simply I would go here and then actually move it on the frame itself. So you can do that. Maybe you are live streaming and such, and then you want it to be focused on you, but you want, for example, to move it to show something else. Let's say, for example, I want to show the phone. I can just simply do that and then be like, hey, this is the phone right here. And you just saw this is where I actually do all my videos for the MacBook Neo, which is simply right here to the side. And later today I want to do a test for Unreal Engine. So if you have not subscribed yet and you are curious about Unreal Engine or Blender or ZBrush or Clip Studio Paint or Photoshop, subscribe and you will be seeing all of these. Or if you are curious about stuff such as this, again, subscribe and then you would be happy to see that. With that being said, let's go ahead and test the audio. And now we will be testing the audio, and the audio that you are listening to right now is coming through the Vox SE from Obsbot. And there are a few things that I will be testing. So right now we are in the stereo mode, so you should be hearing the audio coming from both channels. And then also we will be testing 3 modes of the noise cancellation, and then also a mode without noise cancellation. So that's basically 5 modes. Right now what you are listening to, this is without noise cancellation, and then noise cancellation actually has 3 modes. Has weak, medium, and then strong, and we will be testing each one of them. Now, the audio that you have been listening to throughout this video was from the laptop itself, the M1 Max. So basically, that's the microphone that is built into the laptop, which will give you an idea about how the microphone sounds versus the Obsbot Vox SE, and you can decide for yourself which is better. While I am testing this, I'm gonna talk about 5 modes that OBS offers in terms of the microphone. So basically, the directional mode, and the directional mode focus on the voice in front while reducing the background noise around you. So let's say you are sitting at a cafe or something like that, or maybe at a library, and then there are people in front of you typing, such as the image that you are looking at right now. Then you are the person who's on the right, and then it's basically going to be in directional mode, and only your audio would be focused on. The second mode would be dual directional mode. So let's say you would put the camera on top of the laptop, and then you are talking to someone in front of you, then it will be taking your audio and then the audio of the person in front of you. Now, of course, the camera itself is not recording the audio, but what will be recording the audio and then making sure to catch your audio and the person in front of you is the microphone in a general sense. Then there is a pure audio mode, which is basically capture audio studio grade with zero processing, and then it would be good, let's say, for music recording or whatever that might be. Now, do I recommend recording music through this microphone itself? Probably no, if you are a person who is doing music in production. But let's say, for example, you have simple ukulele tone that you want to play and then you want to sing along with it, this will definitely be great for that. And I have seen a lot of people on YouTube actually doing something similar, where they would have the microphone, then play a ukulele or a guitar or whatever that might be, which I envy them, because I wish I can play those instruments. And then from there they can simply just record themselves playing the instrument and also the audio, and they will be good to go. And then there is smart omni mode, where you can, for example, put the microphone in front of a group of people, and then it will capture audio from everyone. And that's specifically good if, let's say, you are in a team call and then you have another person that you guys want to be in contact with, so you want to capture the audio for everyone. This will be more of a 3D60 audio mode. And lastly, there's the spatial audio mode, which is basically an immersive studio sound with enhanced left-right separation. And I believe that has something to do again with the stereo mode and the mono mode, which they are both available throughout the option. When you want to record, you can do mono, and then you can do stereo as well. These are the 5 modes that are provided through the microphone. As I said, if you are interested in learning more about the video capabilities, I do have another video that I will link for you in the description and also in the comments, where I went full hands on with the camera and then the video features in itself. With that being said, let's conclude this by testing the noise cancellation. Noise cancellation on weak, and right now on weak, this is what you are listening to. What I am going to do, I am simply going to turn on my fan right here and then bring it close to me. So this is a fan, and then that fan is the sound is very high, that it has, because it has about, I believe, 6,000 RPMs. So right now it's very strong and it's very close to me, and I can literally hear it. Now I am going to change it from weak to medium. You should notice some difference. Now I cannot tell the difference myself, because I will be seeing that through the post-processing. But I have put the fan on the maximum capability that it can, and then I have put it into medium. Now I'm gonna put it into strong, and this is the strongest that it can be, and it's about 2 feet away from me and then from the microphone itself. Now keep in mind, this is not a realistic situation where you would be having this much of noise very close to you. Usually it would be like, let's say, far away, which is about an arm length. So if we want to go, like, for example, right here, it's going to be about an arm length, and it's still on till now. and I'm not sure if you can hear it or not when I did put it away. Now I am going to turn it off, and then when I turn it off, we are still on strong in terms of the noise cancellation, and then this is basically the ambient sounds of the room. I do have a PC running, I do have the laptop. Now the M1 Max, it does have a fan, but it does not turn on the fan, and I don't think the fan is turned on right now. And that's the audio in a general sense in terms of the noise cancellation, and then without noise cancellation. And with that, I hope this would give you a good idea to compare what the audio, for example, would be coming out of your laptop, and then how does it sounds when using the microphone right here. Here is some final thoughts that I want to share, and maybe let's say a quick review for this as well, because I have been using it for a while and I do have few thoughts about it. First thing I like is the camera, as you can see, and I like how it tracks you when you are talking and such, and then the tracking is really cool. And even when I am in a call and I want to stand up and, for example, hold an object or whatever that might be, the camera would be moving around and following me, and that's something I do appreciate and like. Second thing I like is the low light mode. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm going to turn off the light completely. And actually, almost there is no difference. Probably you didn't notice the difference because, like, this is me turning it on, and this is me turning it off. Like, when you turn it off, there is not a light. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do something really wild. I am going to completely turn off every single light, and the only light that would be present is the light from the laptop that is in front of me, and everything else is going to be gone. So every single light in the room is turned off. This is not a huge difference. Like, this is the light right now is only from the laptop itself, and that is about it. And even with that, it's still doing good. And the reason that even though I do not have any light right now, just the laptop light, image is still good and the light is still good because the camera has a built-in low light mode. So basically, if there is a low light mode, it would compensate and then it will give you this beautiful image even though you do not have any lights. Speaking of which, let's bring them back. So now lights is back. Solomon blessed us with his light. So yes, I have been playing a lot of Crimson Desert recently. And that would be another feature that I really like, which is if I am making a call in the middle of the night, I am not worried that I need to turn on my lights and then wake up everyone in the house, because actually it's still good in terms of having just the light from the laptop itself. And last but not least, how seamless it is to connect the camera with the software and then with the microphone as well. I did not have any issues with that. It was literally plug and play. However, I want you to be mindful of something. The camera is not a wireless camera, so it's not like you would charge the camera and then you would put it on top of the laptop and then you will be good to go. That's not how it works. You need to connect it directly to the laptop through a USB-C. So you need to have a USB-C port for your laptop. It will not work through a normal USB-A, so keep that in mind. In terms of the microphone, however, the microphone is wireless and it can charge, and it does have this charging station that comes with it, and that charging station is actually USB-C. So simply you put the microphone in the charging station and then you plug it in here through USB-C and you will be good to go. And with that, that's everything that I do have, and I do recommend it as an introductory camera that is more on the advanced level a little bit, where it actually can follow you, as you can see right here, and it does have really good features for you if you wear low lights or if you have some noise around you, especially when you are using the microphone. So it's a good one-all be-all solution for your streaming, or even if you are planning to make YouTube videos such as the ones that you are watching right now.